The first Aluminium OS PC is coming, and honestly, this could be one of the biggest changes Google has made to the desktop world in years. For a long time, Google's desktop story was ChromeOS. It was simple, fast, and mostly built around the Chrome browser. But now, Google appears to be preparing something much bigger. Aluminium OS is the name getting a lot of attention. And this time, Google seems to be taking Android much more seriously as a full desktop operating system. And the interesting part is that we are now seeing the hardware that could bring this new system to life. One of the biggest names showing up is Dell. Yes, Dell could be bringing its famous XPS brand into this new Google desktop world. That alone is a big deal. Dell has made plenty of Chromebooks over the years, especially for schools and businesses, but its premium XPS laptops have mainly been connected with Windows and Linux, so seeing an XPS 13 connected to Google's new desktop platform is a very interesting change. The device has reportedly appeared in Geekbench under the name Dell XPS 13, with the model number DX13267. And this isn't just a random name appearing online. The hardware is connected to an internal project called Mica, which has been spotted in Google's Chromium development work. The software running on the device also points toward Android 17 and the new desktop version of Google's operating system. This is where Aluminium OS becomes really interesting. Google isn't simply putting Android on a laptop and calling it a day. The whole idea appears to be turning Android into something that can work properly on a large screen with a keyboard, mouse, multiple windows, and serious desktop hardware. Think about what that means. Android already has millions of apps. It already has a massive developer community. It already works extremely well on phones and tablets. Now imagine Google taking all of that and building a proper desktop experience around it. That could give Aluminium OS something ChromeOS never fully had, a huge Android app ecosystem built directly into the desktop experience. And Dell's XPS 13 could be one of the first premium examples of what this new system can actually do. According to the information we have so far, the machine could use Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Elite processor. This is not a small mobile chip. We're talking about a 12-core processor designed for laptops with a powerful NPU for local AI tasks. The expected configuration could include 16 GB or even 32 GB of RAM. There's also talk of a 13.4-inch OLED touchscreen with a sharp 2880 by 1800 resolution. So just imagine this combination: a premium Dell XPS body, an OLED display, Snapdragon X Elite performance, up to 32 GB of RAM, and Google's new Aluminium OS running on top. That doesn't sound like a basic Chromebook. It sounds much more like a real Windows laptop competitor. And that's exactly why Aluminium OS matters. Google could be trying to create a third major option for PC users. You've got Windows, you've got Mac OS, and now Google could be saying, here's Android for the desktop. The timing also makes a lot of sense. Laptop processors are becoming more focused on AI, battery life, and efficiency. Snapdragon X chips are already designed around that idea, with powerful CPU performance and a dedicated NPU for AI. Aluminium OS could take advantage of that hardware instead of treating the laptop like a giant phone. And there's another important part here. The early Geekbench results are already looking pretty strong. The Dell machine has reportedly reached around 2,200 points in single-core performance and more than 9,500 in multi-core. Now, these numbers are not final. The software is still being developed, and Google is still working on the desktop experience, so I wouldn't judge the final performance based on these early tests, but they do show that this isn't some weak little computer. The hardware has serious power behind it. And this is where I think things could get really interesting. Imagine opening Aluminium OS and having several Android apps running side by side. You could have YouTube on one side, a browser on the other, a file manager open, and maybe a video editor running in another window. Then connect a monitor, keyboard, mouse, external storage, and other accessories. If Google gets the software right, this could feel much closer to a normal PC than the old ChromeOS experience. And Dell using the XPS name makes the message even stronger. It tells consumers that Aluminium OS isn't only for cheap school laptops anymore. Google appears to want premium hardware. Google wants powerful processors. Google wants manufacturers to build serious laptops around the platform. And if Dell really puts Aluminium OS into an XPS 13, other companies are going to pay attention. Lenovo is already connected to upcoming Google desktop hardware. Other manufacturers are expected to join as well. So this could be the beginning of a much bigger push. But there is one huge question. Can Aluminium OS actually compete with Windows?